Hi everyone, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga and welcome to Soft Flow Yoga. Do you want to strengthen your glutes? Then stay tuned. Let's begin our practice in seated so we can get into breath. Take a few deep breaths, a nice full inhale, filling up your lungs. Exhale to completion. Good. Again, inhale and exhale. Then just continue with slow, steady breaths. Just an opportunity to arrive in the space, be more aware and present. Taking these breaths to prepare for our practice. We'll be focusing on strengthening our glutes. It's a large muscle of the body. Don't get a lot of activation, especially if you find yourself seated most of the day. So we'll do a very simple yoga pose that will help to strengthen that part of your body. But first we start with breath and then some gentle movements to warm up the body. Let's take 3 more breaths. Nice full inhale. Exhale. 2 more on your own. Good. Let's get straight away to some movement. We'll start on our hands and knees, moving through cat and cow pose. Just getting some movement through the spine and some articulation in the hips. As we inhale, we just tip the chin up. Feel as if your heart is moving forward, arching your back, tilting the pelvis back, creating a back bend. With the exhale, starting with the back end, we tuck the pelvis under. Feel the curvature of the spine, belly button pulls up towards spine, chin to chest. Inhale, tip the pelvis back, let the belly drop, arching the back, look forward. That's cow pose. Exhale, round it out. Cat pose. Good. Now just continue to breathe and move at your own pace. Again, nice undulation through the spine, loosening up the hips a little bit. The pose that will feature is bridge pose. It is a back bend, but it also helps to activate the glutes. In this simple movement, cat and cow, get some mobility in the spine and the hips to prepare for that back bend. Finish the breath that you're on and take 2 more. And just return to a neutral tabletop posture. And while we're still here on our hands and knees, let's just get into a little bit of a stretch in the outer hips. So from hands and knees, just bring the knees together a little closer and even taking the hands out a little wider. This is for balance because we're going to take the hips and shift them over to the right side. Now for me, I really feel this in the outer hip and almost in that glute space. So I'd like to sit there until I feel a sensation and then move forward and back as a gentle massage. And of course, we're still breathing in and out. Let's go over to the other side. Same thing, just for a little balance, just taking the hands a little wider and just sitting off to the left until you feel sensation. You can just sit there. You can stay in stillness, or I like to add this little massage. Good. We'll come back up to center and we'll prepare for some more movements. From our hands and knees, let's move into downward facing dog. If your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, let's just step the hands forward here. We'll tuck the toes under. Let's do one more cat-cow. So inhale, tip the chin up, feel the arched back. Exhale, round it all out. Hold here, making sure toes are tucked, lifting knees and sending hips into the air, allowing your head and chest to sink between the arms. If you need to, adjust your feet, maybe even your hands on your mat, so it doesn't feel like you're going to slip. I like to keep a good bend in the knees. That will allow the hips to provide some space to lift up while hands press firmly into the ground, lengthening through the torso. Let's move into a warrior one. Inhale, extend your right leg up, just reach back. Exhale, let's step right foot to the top of the mat or just let it land behind the right hand here. It's good. Turning left heel to the floor, shifting your weight back into that foot so you have some balance between the feet. Hands will feel light here. I like to bring the hands up to the thigh, kind of crawling up the leg here to extend the spine. Then free the hands, reach out, reach up, inhale. Exhale, lunge. Let's hold here for a moment, paying attention to what's happening on this left side. Now on the front side, we're getting a nice hip flexor stretch. The leg is slightly turned out. You might even feel some flexing in that left glute. So concentrate on that sensation, because as we do our glute activation, we will be engaging the muscles. And this is one space where you might feel that. Let's inhale here. Exhale, let's open up to a warrior two. Adjusting the feet so you have good balance. Outstretched arms. Right here. Moving into a side angle pose. Let's reach forward, nice angled upper body, and just rotate the arms. I'm not going down too low. I'm going to bring the right hand to my right thigh. Left hand reaching up. Here's something else you can do. I'm going to quickly turn around. So in my side angle pose, I'm going to bring my left hand down behind me to my low back, actually right down to my glutes, just the back of my hand on the glutes there. I'm going to push the pelvis forward, okay, away from you. And I'm even trying to squeeze the glutes a little bit. It's a minor activation, but just want to feel that sensation. It's very subtle. Let's go ahead and re-extend this left hand up into the air. Exhale, turn and fold hands down to the floor. Step back into plank pose. Just pause here for a moment. Good strength in the body. Soften the knees, send your hips into the air. Downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. When you're ready, inhale, extend left leg up and back, reach. And exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel turns to the floor. Again, shifting the weight back. Well planted into the earth, light hands. Feel free to crawl up the leg if you like. Hands on thigh. Help to extend the spine at this 45-degree angle. Free the arms, reach out, reach up. Inhale, keep that nice extension. Exhale, lunge. And again, now paying attention to this right side. Hip flexor stretch, more happening in the front side. Outer rotation of that right leg. Squeeze the glute here. Inhale and exhale. Here's our opening to warrior two. Again, adjusting the feet for some good balance, even widening the stance a little bit for more hip opening. Our modified side angle pose, reaching out just a little bit, rotate the arms. You can just bring this left hand to your thigh, reaching up into the air. Nice opening. Now, if you feel like your hips are pushing backward, away from me, okay, this is where we want to send the pelvis forward, towards me in this case, so we can feel the activation of the glutes. Again, it's subtle, so I'm going to bring my right hand behind, down to the glutes, push, and even squeeze. You're going to maybe feel this more in the legs, which is good, okay, but it's all connected, so you might even feel a light activation in the glutes. Coming out of the pose, let's inhale, re-extend the right hand up. Exhale, we'll turn and fold, hands to the floor. We'll step back into plank pose, nice and strong here. Let's bring knees to the floor. Sit back briefly in hero pose. All right, let's get to our main event, okay? So just sit off to the side, swing the legs around to the front here, sitting in the center of the mat. Now you're welcome to use a block and or a bolster, because we can actually modify this just a little bit. As we do this work, and you'll see what we're going to be doing, you can pause. Go ahead and roll down onto your back, draw knees to chest. Again, another nice little massage if you want to add some movement here. And then plant the feet into the floor. Working into bridge pose. Bridge pose, of course, is a back bend, but as we lift, the legs have to engage, and that's where we can really squeeze and engage the glute muscles. Let's start with a modified or supported bridge pose. That's why you want to use your block or your bolster. So as you inhale, just fill the lungs with air. Exhale through the mouth. Feel the belly engage, and just lift your hips just high enough to slide your block or a pillow underneath you and just sit. So first, just kind of sitting, relaxing. I'm getting the shoulders a little bit underneath because I have this slight lift in the body. I have a little bit more space in the upper body so I can get the shoulders more underneath. And then, to help support the upper body, because we're going to be lifting in a moment, bend your elbows so your arms are at 90 degrees, fingers are reaching for the ceiling, and already feel the backs of your arms press down into the floor. We're going to inhale, fill up the lungs. On the exhale, drive the feet and arms down into the floor to lift the hips. Now we have the support that we need in the front or the top end of the body and the bottom end of the body, so we can work the center, and that's the legs here, glutes. Now if you're lifting but not quite feeling the engaged glutes, if you can, lift a little higher, or if you can't, squeeze the glute muscles. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly coming back down to the block, resting here rather than all the way down to the floor, holding here. We're going to do that again where we lift and hold, then we're going to come back down, and then we're going to do some pulses to help activate the glutes there too. All right, let's get ready. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, engage belly and press feet and elbows down into the floor, lifting hips off your block, lifting high enough until you feel hamstrings and glutes engage. See if we can hold this. Keep that squeezing sensation. Breathing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften, come back down. Relax for a few breaths. Now our next round, we're going to be going up and down. As we go up, we get high enough, squeeze, and then relax, coming back down to the block. Here we go. Inhale, fill yourself up with air. Exhale, activate, lift. Lift, squeeze, and down. Now if you can, try to move with breath. Inhale, going down. Exhale, going up, squeeze. Inhale, fill yourself up, lower the hips, touch the block. Exhale. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, touch the block. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift, squeeze. One more time. Inhale, lower. Touch the block. Exhale, lift. Why don't we hold this one? Hold, lift, keep breathing. You can even do some extra pulses. Lift, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move the block out from underneath you and then come all the way back down. Let's stretch it out. Extend the legs and the arms. Reach and stretch in these opposite directions. Let the body just relax here for a few breaths. That's all we're going to do for our practice today. So we just did some warrior poses, getting the body warmed up. And then moving right into our bridge pose, activating the glutes. And of course, you can stay in your Shavasana pose as long as you'd like. But when it is time to move, you can take your time. Maybe bend knees, plant the feet, roll to one side, and then press yourself up to seated. You can just go ahead and sit on your mat, your block, or a nice big pillow. Continuing your meditation here or in Shavasana. Nice. And as we complete our practice together, we inhale, extend the arms out and up. Exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart, taking one more full and complete breath in and out. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.